ball tails away, and it's off-speed pitch grounded down the line. Scooped up by Lujan. He throws, makes the play, fires over first, and they're able to get him. Strike him out, throw him out. 2 down.
10 seconds out left. Yeah.
What a move! Ariano on the inside for Terranova. This one's going to be tight. Wong going to try to touch it at the wire, and I believe she got it. There's Gibbs for 3. Beats the shot. Wong. Oh, Jeremy.
Hada in motion, and he's blocking for Jeffrey. Jeffrey gets past the line of scrimmage, and now he's got room to go. Now he's looking.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this MCTV Sports coverage of high school basketball. It's our 4th game out of 4 tonight here from Mills High School in Millbrae, California. It's the Sequoia Cherokees taking on the Half Moon Bay Cougars. I'm Kenny Milch alongside Bill McCarthy, and we will bring you the action starting after this national anthem. Out of the final four teams, 3 came from the south, only 1 from the north. The lone wolf is Half Moon Bay, Bill, but they're pretty good.
Well, when you've won 24 out of 25 games, I think you're pretty good.
Their starting lineup for the Cougars starts with Kalen Batstone, number 11, a 6'1 senior. Also Tommy Nuno, number 24, a 6'3 junior. He was a co-MVP of the North Division. Jake Solinero, number 30, a 6'1 junior. Austin Hilton, a 6'6 junior inside the paint, number 31. And then at center, a 6'7 senior, 44, Case Dufresne. Half Moon Bay's head coach by Rich Forsland in his 6th year. 24-1, like you said, Bill. 11-1 in the PAL North, tied for first in the North with Terranova.
Well, and I think that's one of the questions going into the tournament, is that one loss occurred in the last regular season game of the year, and it happened at home. So what effect is it going to have on his players? Is it going to be a kick in the butt, or is it going to bring about some weaknesses that maybe hasn't been exposed yet?
And it was on senior night also at Half Moon Bay, and they did rebound fairly well, defeating Menlo Atherton 45-39 as we look at the starting lineup for the Sequoia Cherokees. Number 3, Chris Benny, a senior at 6'6". Number 5, Tommy Lopaparo, a 5'9 senior. DJ Houston, number 20, a 6-foot junior. Ziggy Laoese, a 6'4 freshman, number 33. And Njai LeBlanc, a 5'10 sophomore for Fine Laoese in his 5th year as head man for the Sequoia Cherokees. They've had a fine year themselves, Bill. 20-5 overall, 10-2 in the tough PAL South, tied for 2nd with Burlingame.
Well, we had a great matchup in the first game tonight, the first semifinal. I expect a similar competitive game tonight between these two. What's interesting is in the first game, we had 2 league rivals playing each other, Burlingame and Mills, and now we have 2 teams that have not faced each other yet, being that they were in the different divisions.
And Mills beat Burlingame 58-55 on a marvelous performance by Brandon Matsuno, 23 points. He had 7 3-pointers. And also Marquise Atkins, 8.7 rebounds, 8 assists, and 4 steals. Mills advanced to the championship game tomorrow night, 8 o'clock tip-off. Eric Medea, Joe Falzone, our refs as we get set for the tip-off, and a slight delay as they're waiting for something over underneath the basket. And now we're ready for the tip. It's gonna be Benny against Dufresne. Dufresne wins it as Hilton hauls it in. Sequoia in man-to-man, that's Tommy Nuno. And Kalen Batstone, a little weave out top, trying to the back door, but Nuno fell down. Instead, he drives. There's Batstone.
They were trying to run a real scripted play there where the ball handler dribbles to the elbow and then looks to make the backdoor pass.
Nuno dishes inside to Hilton. Can't finish. Rebound, Batstone. This is going to be an area to watch. Half Moon Bay on the offensive boards. They are big, they are long, and they attack the glass aggressively.
Well, it looks like Sequoia matches up. They've got at least 2 players on the floor that got some pretty good length themselves.
At point guard for Sequoia, that's Njai LeBlanc. Little drive by Benny, the reverse, trickles home.
I was speaking to the coaches before the game to see if I could glean some insights into what they're thinking going into it, and they're both pretty kept it close to the vest and saying, hey, we're just going to go at it the way we've done all year, and let's see how things play out.
Turnover there for Half Moon Bay as Benny knocked it out of Dufresne's hands. Sequoia, kick to LeBlanc. His 3 is short. Rebound, Batstone. There's Nuno. Kick to the corner, Salinero, and it's good. Half Moon Bay takes the lead.
You know, what impresses me with Half Moon Bay is the success they've had this year, considering, I mean, they had a very good team last year and had many seniors. So this is really a younger team here. A lot of them that didn't see a lot of playing time last year, and here they are 24-1.
That only lost to Terra Nova. Otherwise, a wonderful season. Almost a travel by Nuno. They try a backdoor to Dufresne, and it's deflected by Benny. That was a 1-point defeat that Half Moon Bay suffered at the hands of the Tigers on a last-second shot by Eric Dale.
And I asked Coach Forslund about that, and he felt that it was going to be a wake-up call for his team. And not that you ever want to see your team lose, especially when you're in a position to have a perfect season, but that sometimes you might need that to give you that push.
LeBlanc to Benny. Steal by Hilton. Here comes Nuno. Great penetrator, great passer. But he turns it over there, but Sequoia gives it right back.
You know, sometimes that loss can really help you focus on what's ahead.
Salinero, rebound Dufresne, reverse layup, and the Cougars are up 5-2. Dufresne is just long, 6'7". Wingspan. They call him goofy, but he's anything but on the court. Penetration by LeBlanc, good help defense, but a tap is home. I think Lauesi, the freshman inside, gets the tap.
Well, Dufresne and Benny match up very well. I mean, from here, they can almost look like brothers.
Benny plays good defense. Sequoia employing that man-to-man. Both teams play man. Salinero's shot is blocked. But LeBlanc can't handle the rebound. And it's out of bounds to Half Moon Bay. Hilton's talking with Benny a little bit, not quite sure what they're talking about. There's the tip by Lauese. Nice replay. Also could have been credited the basket to DJ Houston. Inside Lauese. Nice kick out to the corner for three. Tommy Lapaparo. And Sequoia takes the lead. This one may go back and forth all night, Bill.
Well, at this point, it certainly looks like it. That was a very nice inside-out play there on Sequoia, for Sequoia, rather.
Hilton, drive and kick to Saffold for three. Rebound, Hilton. We're going to be saying that a lot tonight. Saffold, swing it over. Saffold already subbing into the game for Salinero. There's Nuno for three. Air ball. Rebound Dufresne. No. Rebound Hilton. Shot blocked and a foul called on Lauese. Looked like he might have had all ball there, Bill.
It looked pretty clean to me, but there might have been a foul on the previous one.
Oh, yeah, that was all leather.
You know, I think sometimes what the referees see is the body, but yet, you know, supposedly the defender is supposed to have the rule of verticality where if they go straight up.
Boy, Hilton and Half Moon Bay really struggled at the free throw line in that loss to Terra Nova, going 1 of 11 from the line in the second half, really costing them that ball game. But Hilton knocks down his first here tonight.
Well, they had a little trouble finding the bottom of the net in that second half against Terra Nova.
Yeah, they were held to 7 points in the third quarter and 7 points in the fourth quarter, and normally they get 7 points in a minute and a half.
Well, they've got 7 points now in about 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
So does Sequoia. 7's a magic number right here. Shuffle the feet and a travel called there. And it goes against Njai LeBlanc. Sorry, Bill.
I don't know if you noticed or not, but in the first semifinal, we had a referee crew of 3, and now in this semifinal, it's a referee crew of 2.
So what they do is whoever is the higher seed gets to have the referees. So these are North officials because Half Moon Bay is the 1 seed. Mills was from the South. Nice pass, a give and go from Dufresne to Hilton. And Half Moon Bay has the lead 9-7. But it's interesting because Half Moon Bay is the guest on the scoreboard, even though they're the 1 seed from the North. So these are North officials. They go with 2-man crew, and the South goes with 3. And speaking of 3, that's Lapaparo, his second trifecta of the night.
Boy, did I set you up for a good segue there with that one.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it. There's Nuno, co-MVP of the North. He shared that honor with Jared Milch of Terra Nova. And Nuno there was called for a 5-second turnover violation.
Cherokees ball.
Yeah, and they got a chance to go head-to-head, Milch and Nuno, in the aforementioned game of last week, and it was a pretty good matchup between the 2 MVPs.
Milch had 19, and Nuno had 5. Loose ball foul called there against Benny. He doesn't understand why the call. Lauese, the head coach, is not happy with it either. The rest of the North All-League team, first team, Dufresne and Hilton from Half Moon Bay, R.J. Arciaga from Jefferson, and Sean Orr from Westmore. Also from Half Moon Bay, making honorable mention, was Batstone and Salinero. No second teamers for Half Moon Bay, but they had 3 on the first team, Nuno, Dufresne, and Hilton. There's Hilton with the ball. He had a great game the first time they played Terra Nova. He scored 29 points as Half Moon Bay beat Terra Nova by 18. Nuno finds Salinero. He's already got 1 3, but missed that one, and Batstone tracks it down.
Yeah, he looked like he rushed that one just a little bit. Yeah, Half Moon Bay He's definitely been doing a good job of developing the talent that's down in that area.
Absolutely, with two of those connecting right there. A little post friendly feed. Dufresne to Hilton, and Hilton's off to a great start tonight. Hilton with 4 points. Salinaro's got 6. Dufresne has 2. For Sequoia, Lapaparo's got 6. Benny's got 2. And Lauesse's got 2. 11-10. There's a nice feed inside to Lauesse. And this heavyweight fight trading blows early in the first quarter.
And who's going to be left standing when the fourth quarter comes?
Or that final bell. Aggressive defense by Sequoia.
And a much different start to this game than the previous semifinal, where it was a little slower at the beginning, certainly picked up at the end. But here, both teams have come out, like you said, throwing punches. Not literally, of course, but.
Illegal screen called against Half Moon Bay's Austin Hilton. That's his first personal. Sequoia up by 1 with the ball in white. Moving right to left across your screen or smartphone. Here on MCTV Sports, there's Benny with the drive, and he's whistled for a traveling. He is not happy. Both calls that have gone against him were called by Joe Marquez, and he had something to say. He said, 2 times you've got me.
Well, he really doesn't have much to say on that one. He took the extra step. It was a little bit of a reach, but there wasn't much contact on the reach.
Check that. That's Joe Falzone, the referee. Joe Marquez was last game in the girls contest. Nuno spins, finds Dufresne. A contested shot by Benny. Coach Forsland doesn't like it. There's Batstone for 3. Rebound Nuno. That's what they do. Offensive boards. They just keep coming at you, and if you don't screen out, it's a long night.
Well, what I've noticed at this point is they're sending 5 guys to the board, which if Sequoia secures the rebound, they can get an outlet pass, and that could hurt Half Moon Bay.
Coach Forsland did not like that contested shot by Dufresne, so he inserts Grant Harmon into the lineup, a 6'3" senior. And it's Nuno from the corner. Can't connect. Here comes the Cherokees with 10 seconds left to go in the first quarter, a 1-point lead. On the dribble drive, Martin Mylod Yee. And a nice dish to Lauesse at the buzzer, Batstone, and it's the Sequoia Cherokees up 14-11 after 1 quarter. Let's take a look at the replay at the end. A beautiful dish by Mylod Yee, and Lauesse with the finish. We'd like to give the Chamber of Commerce big thanks for sponsoring MCTV coverage of this PAL tournament. The Chamber of Commerce is a non-profit association that promotes and supports the growth of business in Millbrae. The Chamber also provides information about great places to dine, shop, and stay when you're in Millbrae. If you'd like to join, contact millbrae.com or call 697-7324 for more information. Thanks again to the Millbrae Chamber of Commerce. We are here. We are live. We are on MCTV Sports along with Bill McCarthy. I'm Kenny Milch. Thanks to our entire MCTV crew, and we thank you at home or watching on your smartphone, wherever you may be, in this second of 2 boys PAL semifinals. The first was won by Mills 58-55 over Burlingame, and the 2 girls semifinals, Westmore beat Hillsdale 41-25, and it was Menlo Atherton beating Half Moon Bay 54-45. The winner of this one, Half Moon Bay or Sequoia, will take on Mills tomorrow night, 7:45, here at Mills High School for the county championship.
I was watching the Half Moon Bay huddle at the time out there, and Coach Forsland had a bit of an ear ringing for Dufresne, and it goes to show, doesn't matter what time of year it is, he's going to let them know if they did something he didn't like.
Cougars with the ball in their black with orange trim. A lot of contact on the drive. Nuno pulls up, and he is 0 for 3 on the night so far, having difficulty getting it going. But he gets a steal there, and it's a 4-on-2 break. Nuno leads it. He's fouled, no call. There's Harmon with a little 10-footer off the bench, replacing Dufresne, and it's a 1-point game.
Well, that was a thank you turnover for Nuno as LeBlanc just lost his footing.
Interior pass for Laoese, a nice spinning move. The freshman displaying an array of moves.
Yeah, I've been watching his footwork. It's very impressive for a freshman.
6'4" and growing.
And for a young man of his size, he moves well in the paint.
A lot of contact out there. Hilton gave a shot right in the grill of LeBlanc. No call, and LeBlanc gets up on Nuno and forces the turnover. For Sequoia, Chris Benny was selected to the first team. Of course, Marquise Atkins was the MVP. Also, Ziggy Laoese from Sequoia as a freshman was selected to the first team All-League of the PAL South. Nice move there by Benny, and there is one of the first teamers.
Well, I can certainly see why Laoese was a first teamer even as a freshman.
Sequoia had no second teamers, but Houston and La Paparo were named honorable mention as Salinero tries to get something going against Laoese, and the height advantage really came into play there for Laoese. Also, Njai LeBlanc was selected honorable mention for Sequoia, so they had 3 honorable mentions and 2 first teamers. Well, rightly so.
It looks like Coach Forslund has released Dufresne from the doghouse as he's entered back into the game.
Trailing by 5, there's no tomorrow. Winner goes to the finals, and Laoese, off the nice pass from Houston, was fouled from behind, and it was Batstone. So Laoese will go to the free throw line. Laoese already with 8 points to lead all scorers. Make it 9.
And a nice touch from the free throw line to go with the whole package that he's got.
He's the nephew of head coach Fine Laoese. And the Cherokees, no slouch at 20-5 overall. Went 10-2 in the South. Tied for second with Burlingame. Missed the second. Dufresne with the rebound, and he's fouled in the backcourt by Benny, and this could be troublesome. It seems like Benny and Joe Falzone have a little thing going, and if Benny does anything, Falzone's going to get on him.
Yeah, that was what we would call, to me, kind of a ticky-tack foul there. He could have just waved him to, move off of him, or, of course, he had the better angle to see if there was actually any contact.
But he definitely dove in there and reached, and you can't reach and take a chance of getting in foul trouble at this stage of the game, especially when you're about 70 feet away from your opponent's basket. Now Benny comes out, and he's hot. See how this affects the Cherokees. He goes out at the 5:50 mark with the score 19-13 Sequoia. Three-pointer from the corner, no good by Yerby. And a foul out top by Nuno.
And that was a reach. We did have a good angle sitting here on that one. I mentioned earlier the start of the previous game, how both teams looked like they were kind of feeling each other out, yet it was the third time they played each other, and here we have two teams that haven't faced each other yet, and they're just going at it.
From the corner for three, and we got an interior foul. I believe it's on Dufresne. Sure is.
Half Moon Bay foul number 44, Dufresne. That is his second.
That's his second, so he'll go back to the bench. Harmon returns for Coach Forsland. Got caught pushing off inside. Sequoia holding on to this 6-point lead. Ooh, maybe a travel, no call inside to Lauese. Can't finish. Offensive board though. Lapaparo, and he turns it over. Salinero has Nuno. Drives, bumped, no call inside to Hilton. And Lapaparo got the steal, but then stepped on the line for the turnover. And he throws the ball out of bounds. No referee around. Delay a game warning against Sequoia. Lapaparo a little bit hot. Benny was hot. Sequoia has got a little chip on their shoulder tonight.
You know, so many times you see a player make that kind of an interior pass, and it's just so difficult for the player they're passing to handle it because they're anticipating going for a rebound.
Ryan Yerby can't connect. Rebound Sequoia.
Well, it seems as though Half Moon Bay is hitting a little cold spell here.
Here comes Houston, pulls up. Can't connect, rebound Hilton. Here's Nuno. Great penetrator. Drive and kick to Yerby. Can't find the range. Here comes LeBlanc for Sequoia. He pulls up from three. No good, rebound Harmon.
Well, I don't know about that shot selection there. There was nobody else in white there.
On both ends. Here's Yerby again to Nuno. Can he hit his first shot of the game? No. Really struggling from the field is Nuno.
But Sequoia is not really taking advantage of this cold spell. The lead still holds at 6.
Since Benny picked up that foul, the 5:50 mark, nobody has scored except for Lauese right there. Now in double figures with 11, and this lead is ballooned to 8. Timeout, Half Moon Bay.
Very, very nice entry pass on that basket by Lauese.
We'd also like to say thank you to the City of Millbrae for providing generous support for programs like this one. The City of Millbrae has a long-standing tradition of supporting public access programming on MCTV, and we look forward to a great continued partnership. If you'd like to find out more about the City of Millbrae, check out the city website at www.ca.millbrae.ci.us. Thanks again to Millbrae, a place in the sun. 3:03 left to go here until intermission. Kenny Milch with Bill McCarthy on MCTV Sports, and Coach Forsland is finding himself in a position that he has not been in all season long.
No, they've, with the exception of a couple games, they've had double-digit wins.
Their one loss this season to Terra Nova, they were down by just a few early on, but never by 8. And once they took over, they led all the way up until there was 4 seconds left. Now they did trail to Menlo Atherton this past Wednesday night by 6 at halftime, but then of course came back to win that game by the final score of 45-39. So as of late, they have found themselves down a little bit, but only once were they not able to overcome it and win the game.
Well, you get to this time of year, you're going to be facing some pretty battle-tested teams, and you know, here's what you find out what your team is made of.
Nice interior pass from Saffold to Dufresne, and he rose above the Sequoia defense to get Half Moon Bay off the schneid. They went scoreless for over 3 minutes. A 3-point attempt there for Sequoia's Mylod Yee off the mark. Here come the Cougars. It's Saffold. Kick it out to the corner, just into the game, and hitting that 3-pointer is Sam Mitchell, the 5'9" senior.
And now we got a 3-point game.
Forsland goes deep into his bench. He's got 3 reserves in, and here's Nuno, a starter, to Saffold. Rebound, Nuno. Can't get the roll, tipped out by Dufresne. Boy, costly possession there in transition, unable to capitalize was Half Moon Bay as they're on a quick 6-0 run here.
Yeah, it could have very easily been an 8-0 run with, they had a 2-on-1 and just didn't execute it. And I noticed Bene's been put back into the game too for Sequoia.
That's DJ Houston and Jai LeBlanc. Chris Benny, backdoor was open. Decides instead to kick it over on the side. A nice shot there from KC Calderero. And he was just into the game, so both teams finding some points from their reserves.
Well, KC didn't hesitate. He saw the opening and pulled the trigger.
Nice pass there by Benny. There's Saffold, cross quarter to Mitchell. Pump and go, pull up. No good. Rebound Dufresne. Shot is blocked. Dufresne is able to track it, but almost thrown away. Reached out by Harmon. Nuno, turnover. Here come the Cherokees, and it's Benny. Watch out for the slam. And Nuno takes a hard foul as Benny goes down. Nuno tried to force it inside. Nice diving play there by Lapaparo.
Yeah, Nuno might have been better off trying to get that shot off himself. Looking at the positioning of Dufresne, he really wasn't in a position to do much with the ball, even if he was able to get it. But it was also a nice defensive play.
Benny goes to the line. Hasn't shot a free throw yet. And misses his first. He's got 4 points, 1 rebound, and 2 assists. Again, Lau Esse leads the Cherokees, 11 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. For Half Moon Bay, they're led so far in scoring by Dufresne and Hilton with 4 each. Salinero and Mitchell have 3 each. And with 2 each, Harmon and Batstone. Here's a rebound putback. And that's scored by Brady Stubblefield, also off the bench. So Coach Lau Esse getting contributions up and down the seats next to him.
Yeah, Stubblefield, the ball just kind of ended up in his hands on that rebound and found himself with an open look.
The lead is back to 7 after Half Moon Bay cut it to 3. Here's Saffold for 3. Off the mark. Rebound Houston.
Yeah, I think Bene kind of threw that shot off just a little bit.
Here he drives the bucket, and he goes in for the score. Boy, he's pretty smooth out there. Nice ball handling skills for a guy who's 6'6".
A nice finish at the rim, too.
This lead is 9 with 13 seconds left. Half Moon Bay and Coach Forsland are stunned. Nuno with 4 seconds left. Nuno drive, stop, and pop. Can't get it. Dufresne rebound, but time runs out. And it's the Cherokees heading to the locker room at intermission, leading by 9. I'm Kenny Milch with Bill McCarthy. Here it's halftime on MCTV Sports. We'll take a short break and come back with more in just a bit.
Millbrae Community Television would like to thank the following: the City of Millbrae, Millbrae, a city in the sun; the Millbrae Chamber of Commerce; the Magnolia of Millbrae; Alma Masola. Thanks again from Millbrae Community Television.
Begin the third quarter here on MCTV Sports alongside Bill McCarthy. I'm Kenny Milch, and we have been treated to quite an intense matchup, which surprisingly to many has been dominated by Sequoia. They lead on the scoreboard by 9, Bill.
Well, you know, it's not surprising when your team shoots 28% and your opponent shoots 56%, and that's why Half Moon Bay is in the hole that they're in to start the second half.
Part of that great shooting for Sequoia, Ziggy Lauese led all scorers with 11 points. He was 5 of 7 from the field, with 6 points each for the Cherokees, Chris Benny and Tommy Lapaparo, and then with 2 each, Brady Stubblefield and KC Calderano. That rounds out the scoring for the Cherokees, who went 1 of 4 from the line. They had 11 rebounds. The Half Moon Bay had 17 boards. Like we thought, they led in rebounding, but they shot just 28%, 8 of 29 in the first half. They only shot 2 free throws. It was Hilton making them both. They were led in scoring by Hilton and Dufresne, who each had 4. With 3 each was Salinero and Sam Mitchell, and with 2 each was Kalen Batstone and Grant Harmon. Leading rebounder was Dufresne for Half Moon Bay, and Tommy Nuno went scoreless. He was 0 for 7. 2 rebounds, did get 3 assists and 3 steals, but they're going to need actually some scoring from their co-MVP if they want to get back in this one, Bill.
Absolutely, and you've got to figure that, you know, he's not going to shoot 0 for 7 in the second half. He's too good a player for that to happen.
Here we go.
And I wonder what kind of adjustment Coach Forsland is going to make, if any, at the offensive end, because they were getting shots, they just weren't dropping.
Sequoia tries to feed Benny, and he's called for traveling. Not a good start for the Cherokees.
Well, Benny seemed to have some issues with some of the referees' calls in the first half. Sat down for a little bit, came back into the game, and was kind of a spark plug for the Cherokee. So I think he needs to continue that play to help Sequoia maintain this lead.
Nuno pulls up. He's now 0 for 8. Rebound, Lapaparo. LeBlanc from 3. Rebound, Salinero. Here's Dufresne from 17, got it.
Dufresne.
And he's another one that needs to heat up a little bit for Half Moon Bay.
2-2-1 press look from the Cougars. Lauese gonna drive on Hilton, and a nice Euro step by the big 6'4" freshman.
Again, he's playing above his age level in that, or experience level. That was a tremendous move.
13 points now on 6 of 8 shooting for Lauese.
Of course, I'm not sure just how much contact Hilton wanted to take from Lauese.
Nuno inside to Hilton in a lot of traffic and a lot of contact. Jump ball. Cougars retain possession. Half Moon Bay with their 2nd consecutive PAL North Division championship.
With a completely different team for the most part.
Well, Dufresne and Nuno and Salinero are returning starters. Turnover for the Cougars.
But anytime you lose a player the quality of Nuno's brother, that's not always easy to replace.
Right, Rico. He was last year's MVP.
Now, one adjustment that Coach Forsland has made is going to this full court press. We'll see how Sequoia adjusts to it.
Here's Benny. Benny with that long reach gets his own rebound. And they're going to call Nuno with a reaching foul. That, I believe, is his 3rd.
Half Moon Bay foul number 24, Nuno. That is his 3rd.
And it is. Here's Lauese, and he traveled. Sequoia has not won a league championship in their history.
Well, we're about 2 minutes into the 3rd quarter, and that was the first freshman level mistake that I saw. It looked like he wasn't sure if he wanted to take the jumper or go to the hoop with it.
Hilton, a lot of holding going on and hand checking, no calls. Really letting them play out here. Here's Nuno. Drive the lane. Travel, no call. Feeds Dufresne, missed the layup. got the rebound. Lauese with the foul.
Yep.
Neither of these two teams have ever won a county tournament championship either. Last year, Half Moon Bay was knocked off by Mills in the semifinal, and then Mills was beat by Burlingame in the championship for Burlingame's 5th title in the last 7 years. Dufresne hits the first, cuts the deficit to 8 here in the third quarter. And he makes the second.
All right, well, he missed the first putback attempt that he had, got fouled on the second putback, which, you know, you just can't afford to miss those, but, you know, he did get fouled and he ended up making both of the free throws.
Hilton anticipates well to get the steal on the post entry feed to Lauese. Here comes Nuno in transition. Dufresne from 16, no good, rebound, Nuno.
Yeah, Half Moon Bay is definitely not hesitant to throw everybody at the offensive boards.
Nuno to Hilton. Little 8-footer off the glass, nice touch there, and it's a 5-point game.
And it's nice to see a player at this level use the backboard like that.
Against the 2-2-1 press by Half Moon Bay, fouled by Batstone. There's a shot of Fine Lauese. Really done a great job of turning around this Sequoia Cherokee program. Has players wanting to play for him. And the entire Sequoia Cherokee athletic program has really come into prominence after a few down years. There's a shot attempt by Houston, and Dufresne picks up a foul. I believe that's his third.
Foul number 44, Dufresne, that is his third. Houston to shoot 2.
Yeah, I recall several years ago, this may be going back even a little farther, where they had some real issues at Sequoia, where during the winter break, the gym was chained. The teams couldn't even get into practice. Makes it kind of tough to coach under those circumstances.
And they got into a little bit of trouble some years ago with the CCS. We're on probation, I believe. Houston makes them both. And the lead is back to 7 for Sequoia. Winner moves to the championship. Take on Mills. 3-pointer is good for Salinero.
Yeah, and I was just about to say that typically when you're down, you know, 9, 10, whatever points at the half, you tend to tell your team, let's at least cut it by half going into the fourth quarter, and that's what Half Moon Bay has done to this point.
Out of control there was Lapaparo, and it's going to be Salinero unable to connect, and Lapaparo in amongst the trees with the defensive board. Houston. Martin Mylod Yeet, 5'9" senior, co-captain with Benny. There's Houston, pulls up with 2 guys on him. Rebound to Nuno. Nuno likes to push, makes good decisions. Here's Dufresne. Little jump hook, rebound Nuno. Couple pumps and a left hand, still can't get his first field goal. He's 0 for 9.
He's actually 0 for 10.
Timeout, Sequoia. Their first, leading by 4 with 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Time to say thank you to another one of our underwriters, the City of San Mateo. We're excited to have the city on board with MCTV Sports, especially since we show so many events that include the high schools in San Mateo. Those include Aragon, Hillsdale, and San Mateo High School. To find out more information about San Mateo, check out the city website at cityofsanmateo.org. Thanks again to San Mateo. Bill? We take a look at the statistics here in the third quarter for Half Moon Bay. Again, Tommy Nuno is 0 for 10. Got a little typo on the rebounds. I believe he has 4 boards now, 4 assists and 3 steals. Leading scorer is Dufresne with 8. But they're having difficulty getting production from Nuno and the rest of their team being held to 27 points through over 2.5 quarters.
And they've cut into that lead, but they're still shooting 28%.
Some halftime entertainment from one of the Cherokees fans over there. Nice crowd on hand here in the lovely new Mills High School Gymnasium, just 2 years old.
Yeah, no doubt it's one of the nicer high school gyms on the peninsula now.
Without a doubt. Into the game for Sequoia is Stubblefield. That's him, number 11, with the ball. And Jai LeBlanc, just a sophomore. Cross quarter, pump and go. Kick back, and a 3 once again for Stubblefield. Big bucket, and it's back to 7.
Well, he looked good on that release of that shot.
Nice pass by Calderano. He had a look at it, and he decided to unselfishly give it to Stubblefield. There's a look at that release you were talking about, Bill. Drained it. Nice job by our MCTV Sports crew. We're back to live action here on MCTV. That's Saffold. Nuno, pump fake, looking for his first field goal. Mitchell back in. He can't get it. Here's Hilton, and Dufresne tracks down the board. Nuno, drive. And there's his first bucket, and it comes at the 1:57 mark of the third quarter, cuts the deficit to 5.
Well, that's one way to get it. Go to the basket and shorten up the range of your shot.
Here's Benny. Runs into Nuno, no call.
That was a very good no call.
And dangerous for Nuno, who could have picked up his 4th.
Well, that's one of those, a referee could have called it, but he played it right. He was backing up. The offensive player actually initiated the contact.
Sequoia in a 2-3 zone here. Mitchell off the bench, hit that big 3 in the first half to keep the Cougars close. Take a look at there. Here's Mitchell again, a great screen by Dufresne. Stubblefield gets away with a push off and grabs the defensive board. Mylod Yee to LeBlanc, and a steal by Hilton. Here comes Nuno with a chance to cut it to 3, or with a 3, cut it to 2. Saffold is way off the mark. Rebound Stubblefield.
Yeah, on that turnover by LeBlanc, he just didn't have vision. He didn't see that Hilton had cut right in front of Lauswain.
Steal by Nuno. Here he comes in transition to Mitchell. Loose ball, LeBlanc to Stubblefield, and a block by Hilton. Wonderful hustle by the junior.
And not only that, but he got up there pretty high, and he just got it before it hit the backboard.
25 seconds left on the game clock. The shot clock is 2 seconds ahead of the game clock, and Half Moon Bay will try to get the last shot. That's Saffold with it. Sequoia goes to man here to run out the third. Screen by Dufresne. Saffold misses the runner, gets the rebound, and here's Mitchell. Shot blocked by Houston. Rebound to LeBlanc. 2-1. LeBlanc at the buzzer, and they counted it. A huge bucket at the end of the quarter by LeBlanc. 36-29, the Cherokees lead by 7 at the end of 3. If you're enjoying watching this program or any other programs on MCTV, consider becoming an MCTV underwriter. It's a great way to get your name on local television and to support the Millbrae community. And of course, your support is crucial in helping MCTV to produce quality programming with a local focus. For info on underwriting opportunities or to sign up for an underwriting package, contact MCTV at 259-2343 or send an email to info@mctv.tv. And we're having some cross-court entertainment, a battle of the stands. We got a kid from Half Moon Bay taking on that Sequoia student, and everybody's entertained.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one was the winner in that one. That last basket there at the buzzer by LeBlanc was huge, because without that basket, Half Moon Bay had just about cut that halftime deficit in half, and with that basket, it pushes it back up to 7 points, where it was 9, I believe, at halftime. And that just, you know, that can be a killer.
And it was just before the buzzer. Eric Medea was underneath, and he signaled it was good. Hilton jumps the route, gets the steal, smartly holds it up.
That's about the 4th time now that he's done that.
He's very crafty at that. A lot of that comes from the scouting report. Sequoia in their 2-3 zone to start the 4th quarter. Nuno with the lob to Dufresne, he missed the dunk. Sequoia gets the rebound.
Coach Forsland likes those backdoor plays, and he almost got a stunning one there.
Deep three missed by LeBlanc. Here comes Nuno. Gets away with a push off. Fights for the board, and Dufresne from Nuno. And it's a 5-point game. Coach Lauesse is going to bring Benny back in.
And that's his 10th point for Dufresne.
Steal by Nuno. That 2-2-1 press forces a turnover. Chance to cut it to 3 or to 2 with a 3. Here comes Nuno into the lane. Feed to Hilton. Hilton pump fake, and he can't finish. Steal by Dufresne. Loose ball. Sequoia. And a foul on Batstone.
Now that was a very nice pass by Nuno, and just a heartbreaker of a miss there.
Here's Forsland going deep into his bench to Alex Ormeno Manfredi, number 20, a 6'1" senior. Has not played in over a week and a half. Last played in their Wednesday game before their finale. And a Euro step by Benny. It's back to 7.
Now that's taking advantage of the pivot roll.
Big screen by Hilton. Nuno almost turned it over.
And that's about the 3rd big screen that he's delivered on LeBlanc. Matter of fact, with what led to the basket at the end of the quarter was a screen by Hilton on LeBlanc. LeBlanc was kind of hurting a little bit way out on the perimeter.
Hilton with a reverse. Hilton 6'6", 215.
And just happened to be in a position to get the long pass for the basket.
He struggled a bit tonight. LeBlanc drive and dish, a beautiful pass to Lauesse. And it's a 9-point game, Bill.
Yeah, and the hole's getting a little deeper for Half Moon Bay at this point.
Nuno. Dufresne. 3-second violation called against the Cougars. Boy, these bigs for Sequoia have really battled mano-a-mano with the bigs from Half Moon Bay.
Yeah, and I see a little frustration on the faces of the Half Moon Bay players.
2-2-1 press.
And a good call by the referee. It could have been a jump ball, but he made the 3-second call.
Big three-point attempt, no good. Lauese with the rebound. Block shot there by Nuno, rebound Hilton.
And I think Half Moon Bay needs to get some points out of this possession.
4:45 left. Here comes Nuno. He's fouled on the drive. And the Cougars will have it underneath their own basket.
Sequoia foul number 5, Lopaparo. That is his first.
Foul charge to Lopaparo. LeBlanc will take a rest. In comes Mylod Yeet.
As physical as Sequoia's playing, that's only their second team foul of the half.
Inbounds to Nuno with a jump hook. No good. Rebound Hilton. He can't get another bunny. This rim appears to have a lid on it when it comes to Nuno and Hilton.
Well, that's got to be at least the 6th or 7th attempt that's been missed.
Lopaparo had Lauese underneath, but they decided to eat some clock, which is now at 4:19. 15 on the shot clock. Here comes Lopaparo. He runs right into a man and travels.
Traveling. Cougars ball.
He doesn't like the call. Timeout, Lauese, but I thought it was a good call, Bill, as we look at the replay. Mitchell had pretty good possession.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like the right call from this angle. He
Here comes
kind
another.
of took the ball in his hand as he was driving is what happened.
Right. Sorry about that, Bill. We have another dance-off. Let's let you know that we want to thank you very much for joining MCTV and the Mills High Art of Video class in this MCTV sports production. We do have DVD and Blu-ray copies of today's game for sale. Just go to mctv.tv/buy and look for the DVD cover on our Square store. You can also give us a call at 259-2343 and we'll take your order over the phone. DVD sales go to support the production of more MCTV sports events, so you are helping to keep our excellent sports programming going. For more info, give us a call or check our website at mctv.tv.
Well, watching this dance-off here, that might be an idea for some future programming for MCTV.
And the Half Moon Bay kid now has a little helper over there, so it's 2 against 1. But I think that Sequoia student with the headband is kind of holding his own over there.
He's not intimidated by the younger competition.
Well said. So it's put up time for the Cougars, down 9 as we approach the 4-minute mark of the 4th quarter of the semifinals. Almost a 5-second violation against Dufresne. Sequoia's defense really been smart today. There's Mitchell.
Well, they've held Half Moon Bay. It's now 24%.
Nuno with a nice shot in the face of Benny. Only his second field goal of the night. But it gives Half Moon Bay some life, trailing by 7.
Well, they've had a couple bursts in this game, so, you know, it's certainly far from over.
Sequoia, little difficulty breaking the 2-2-1 press of Half Moon Bay, who settles back into their man-to-man. It's a wonderfully constructed man-to-man defense, always with great help. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Benny struggling. Mylod Yee for 3. And a rebound by Lauese. And a new shot clock for the Cherokees.
And sometimes at this point in the game, that the time is just as valuable as the points.
Lopaparo thinks about it. Now it's Benny against Nuno. First teamer against co-MVP. And the co-MVP just picked up his 4th personal, and that's Tommy Nuno of Half Moon Bay.
Well, they certainly needed a foul. At some point, they're going to have to get him on the line. That's just not the guy you want getting that foul.
So another fresh clock. I don't know if you want to foul at that point in the shot clock.
Well, no, but they've only got 5 team fouls, you know, before that only 4, you know, and getting near the 2-minute mark.
Oh, and a bad pass and a nice steal by Mitchell, and there's a foul by Mylod Yee. For Sequoia, that's only their 3rd team foul. So actually, that's a pretty good foul.
Good foul, and it looked like a pretty good defensive play.
He may have an argument there.
I'm not sure where he got him.
Half Moon Bay off the inbounds. 5 count coming. Nuno really has the ball in his hands a high percentage of the time. 3-pointer by Mitchell off the mark. Rebound Hilton with a fall away hook shot off the top of the glass. And we got a foul by Lauesse holding Dufresne.
Well, I've got to wonder with Nuno, he's looking to pass, and I know that might be his mentality, but the fact that he's shooting so poorly, he's not even looking to shoot.
That foul was charged to Mylod Yee. He exits the game. And into the contest is Gabby Bertero for the first time for Sequoia, a 6'3" junior. There's a 3-pointer by Salinero, and it's a 4-point game with 2:02 left. Just what the doctor ordered. The doctor meaning Rich Forsland. Half Moon Bay, league champions 2 times in a row, a semifinalist last year, knocked off by Mills in search of their first ever county title, but they're in a big time battle, and this is only the semi, Bill.
Well, Sequoia is playing very well. They, you know, from this perspective, they have been in control of this game, and right now it's about Half Moon Bay. How much battle do they have in them to hopefully, for their sake, get them to tomorrow night?
Coach Lauesse also looking for Sequoia's first county championship in their school history. The county tournament dates back to 2000. In the first year, San Mateo won it for the boys and South City for the girls. And like we said earlier, Burlingame won last year, and they've won 5 of the last 7. Sandwiched in there, Westmore won in 2013 and El Camino in 2012. Winner of this takes on Mills tomorrow night. Mills beat Burlingame by 3 earlier tonight. Brandon Matsuno scored 23 points and made 7 3-pointers to lead the Vikings to a victory in what was a wonderful ball game. So the Cherokees, leading by 4, have it. Half Moon Bay in a little diamond trap, and Dufresne gets a steal. Pulls up for a jumper, it's short. Saffel with the rebound, and he gets it taken away. Loose ball on the ground, and a jump ball is called by Joe Falzone, and the Cougars will have possession. They get a gift steal on their full court diamond trap press, drawn up by the Dr. Rich Forsland.
And Bene got clobbered on that play with no call.
Sequoia in their 2-3 zone. Eric Medea, the referee, wants 33 on the shot clock.
So tomorrow night's game, one way or another, we're going to have a first-time county champion.
That's right. Mills, already in, has not won one. Off the out-of-bounds play. Tough 5-second call, and that's one of those where it's really hard for the referee. He's about to hit 5, but he hasn't blown his whistle, and it was Salinero who turned and called timeout. Then the whistle came, but it was a 5-second violation. According to the rules, if he calls timeout before the whistle, he should be granted it. Once again, the diamond trapping press by Half Moon Bay, and breaking it is Sequoia. Here comes Benny. Nuno's got 4 fouls. He's got to be careful. Trapping press right there. A loose ball on the floor. LeBlanc finds Lauesse. Smartly, as a freshman, sends it back out top. And Lauesse, his uncle, the coach, calls timeout.
And his coach, I think, wanted him to go to the hoop. To me, that was a very poised play. He could have gone to the hoop, certainly.
I agree with you, Bill, in that situation with a 4-point lead, and there was still about 18 or 19 seconds left on the shot clock. You know, you want to force Half Moon Bay into a situation where they got a foul. Although right here, they're not going to foul. This is going to be a great possession, perhaps the possession of the game, because Sequoia with 16 on the clock, they're going to have to score. Half Moon Bay's not going to foul them and give them a freebie at the line.
Well, they shouldn't foul them. I'm sure that's the strategy coming from the coaches. As you well know, it's up to the players whether or not they're going to execute that.
Lauese leads Sequoia in scoring with 15 points. He also has 4 rebounds. And for Half Moon Bay, Dufresne leads the way with 10. Salinero has 9. Hilton 6, and Nuno has been held to 4. He's 2 of 12 from the field. Lauese with his 15 points, he's 7 of 9 from the field. He's had a marvelous game, the freshman. Really stepping it up here under the bright lights.
And that play right before the timeout, he's damned if he does, he's damned if he doesn't. If he goes to the hoop and doesn't make it or gets fouled, doesn't make the free throws, you know, I think the safe thing is what he did.
So Sequoia here, and perhaps the biggest possession, half-court trap by Half Moon Bay. They're trying to get Mylod Yee. Now they're trying for LeBlanc. It's a scrambling trap with 4 seconds. LeBlanc throws up a 3, and he banked it in. Oh my! The bank was open in the last minute 15 for Sequoia's Njai LeBlanc. Here's a 3-pointer by Batstone, no good. Rebound, Benny. Benny on a fast break to LeBlanc. And they're going to back it out to Mylod Yee. Yee is fouled by Dufresne. So the possession of the night, we called it during the timeout. Half Moon Bay was scrambling with a trap all over the court. There was 4 seconds left on the shot clock, and Njai LeBlanc used the glass right here to possibly vault the Cherokees to the championship game tomorrow night.
That's what they call the dagger.
Although
Half Moon Bay is capable of a quick 7-point run, but I don't know. That one was a tough one.
Half Moon Bay is trying to foul. Mitchell gets the foul.
I mean, you do exactly as your coaches instructed. I mean, that was shot at the very end of the shot clock.
LeBlanc goes to the line. He has not shot a free throw yet this evening. Has 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. And he knocks down the first.
And that could be the icing right here.
Calm and cool, the 5'10 sophomore point guard gives Sequoia an 8-point lead.
Well, Sequoia's certainly got a nice core of 2 young players there with sophomore and freshman to build upon for the next couple years.
And LeBlanc gives Sequoia a 9-point lead. He hits them both. Calm and cool, the sophomore was. Almost a turnover. Dufresne to Mitchell. Hilton to Dufresne. Scores the hoop. No timeout called by Forsland. He's got 3 left. Seconds running out. 23 left to go exactly in this one. 7 points down are the Cougars.
Now that cost about 5 seconds. I'm not sure why not call a timeout there, especially with 3.
Sequoia has 2 remaining. DJ Houston to the line. 2 for 2 so far on the night. Now make it 3 for 3.
You know, especially since your trap produced a turnover the last couple times on the dead ball out of bounds. And we're back up to the halftime deficit.
Sequoia and man. 20 seconds left. Here's Nuno. Nuno with a driving layup. Still no timeout called by Rich Forsland. and a foul by Salinero. So Coach Forsland decided to throw in the towel and is going to end up with those 3 timeouts left.
Penalty situation. Houston will shoot 1 and 1.
Well, that three-pointer off the backboard was the backbreaker. And I've been very impressed with what I've seen from Sequoia tonight, and as well as Mills played. It's going to be a real battle tomorrow night.
7 seconds left here. Nuno pulls up from 3, can't get it in and out. The story for him. And the Sequoia Cherokees have handed the Half Moon Bay Cougars only their 2nd loss of the season, winning 48-40. With the loss, the Cougars fall to 24-2, and with the victory, Sequoia increases their overall record to 21-5. They advance to tomorrow night's championship to play Mills. It'll be an all PAL South final. The league champion of the South, Mills, taking on 2nd place Sequoia. It'll be a rematch from when these two met on February the 10th at Sequoia High School, when Mills defeated the Cherokees 50-43. The Cherokees with the win. They were led by freshman Ziggy Lauese. He had 15 points. And for Bill McCarthy, I'm Kenny Milch. We want to thank our entire MCTV crew and remind you that we'll be back tomorrow night for the Girls Championship at 6 o'clock between Westmore and Menlo Atherton. And then the boys take to the hardwood at 8 p.m. It's going to be the Cherokees and the home Vikings. That's all for now. We'll see you then. Good night, everybody.
Millbrae Community Television would like to thank the following: the City of Millbrae, Millbrae, City in the Sun, the Millbrae Chamber of Commerce, the Magnolia of Millbrae, Alma Masola. Thanks again from Millbrae Community Television.